There is only one thing you have to know about this election. It is fundamentally about two competing philosophies. And here they are. There is only so much pie in the world, and we're all bakers. Why don't we make some pie? That's it. That's what it comes down to. France elected their socialist president just a few months ago. They elected this guy who promised them all kinds of things. And he is following through on some of those promises. He is raising the top tax bracket to 75%. It will happen here. So everything above a certain amount, you only get to keep 25% of it. Now, let's just imagine that you were a small business that made $1 million a year. And you had this great idea that could expand and could earn you another $10 million and create all kinds of jobs. But you'd make over $1 million a year. Would you bother risking it? Would you bother even doing all of that work if the government would keep $7.5 million of that $10 million? I wouldn't. What would be the point? Massive frustration. That's why France's richest man has decided to leave France. They're brutalizing him in the press. But what do they expect him to do? It's the same thing that happens here when they jack up the tax rates in New Jersey or California. People flee to Florida or Texas. Do we demonize those people? No, it makes sense. Get out from under the oppression. Just read the article about the differences between rich people and poor people and how they think. And I have to tell you, I read this a couple of days ago, and while I don't agree with all of the points in this article, they are pretty revealing, and this is what we need to teach America. They say the differences between rich and poor. The average person has a lottery mentality. Maybe they'll strike it rich. But rich people have an action mentality. How am I going to make this happen? Average people long for the good old days. Rich people dream of the future. I have to tell you, I do believe America. I believe in its future, and I believe tomorrow will be brighter. Do you? Average people set low expectations, so they're never disappointed. But rich people are up for the challenge. Obama said, we have to create a country where people will dream of living in the middle class. I don't want to live in the middle class. Don't we dream bigger than that? I mean, there's nothing wrong with the middle class, but really, that's putting a cap on you. Average people play it safe with money. Rich people know when to take risks. Average people focus on saving. Rich people focus on earning. And this is really the key here. This is the difference between us. Because that, in some way, not talking about money, is what we need to do. We have to stop thinking about just saving the country, saving what we have, saving our home or our job or whatever. We have to think about expansion. We have to start thinking about what we're going to do to build a bigger and better tomorrow so our kids will be better off. Man, there is a difference between people. We were all created equal, but we don't all end up equal. We've all been given a blank slate at birth, and then it is up to you to dream as big or small as you want. But that is the beauty of this country. It's to get you to pursue your happiness and build whatever you have in here. It's what has attracted people to this country, and it's why we've always had great hope for a better tomorrow, because people are always coming here and saying, I can make something much better. The world's best and brightest knew that they could maximize their potential here. But sadly, that is quickly no longer becoming the case. America under Obama has gone from the most competitive nation on the planet to the 7th most competitive, because we're handing out ribbons and trophies to people who didn't do anything. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? You have to ask that question. And you have to answer that question with the facts. The answer is no. But now here's the next question you have to ask. Are you up to changing that? The only way we can change that is if we actually ourselves believe and then teach our children that we will be better off tomorrow with hard work and principles. This is something I'm going to talk to you about a little bit on Wednesday. We have to correct this course immediately. We have to become cheerleaders or storytellers. It's what I put up on my chalkboard in my office. Storytellers. Telling the story of America, it is our highest goal. To use our resources, our time, and our talents to tell the story, the hard facts of America, to lift up, expose, inspire, and give courage to all the world. It's time for a second American century.